By the end of the speech I'm about to present, I want my audience to have gained better knowledge as to why college athletes should not receive a salary by the NCAA. College athletes should not be paid because most are receiving free education and athletic scholarships from the athletic department and university. There has always been controversy over whether college athletes should be compensated by the NCAA. Knowing most of the athletes still receive around $500 a month by the athletic department to live off of, still people are arguing on if college athletes should get paid while they are a part of the college sports team that they are on. College athletes should not get paid because most are receiving free education from athletic scholarships. I have a lifelong friend that plays football at the University of Lafayette, and he explains to me that they receive $350 a month to live off of. And they get everything furnished from food to living and even clothes. If this is the case, then why should college athletes be expected to get paid weekly salaries for having everything furnished for them and still having a little bit of spending money? First, I will begin by discussing specifically based student-athlete cafeterias on campus. While there is one main cafeteria for all the students on campus, there is a cafeteria specifically based for athletes. The athletes have meal plans written up by the school's professional nutritionists and are required to follow them to be healthy and in top-notch shape. The University of Texas sports dietitian Amy Culp and Texas A&M nutritionist Jonathan Tangway stated in the articles by Amy Culp, June 13, 2016 at texassports.com, and Jonathan Tangway, September 21, 2018 at 12thman.com, that they both meet up with the coaches and athletes to see how to adjust their weight and muscle buildup or anything their coaches need them to change, and adds it to their meal plans. The cafeterias have professional chefs so that the food is made in top-notch shape for the athletes to eat. Culp and Tangway describe how the students are able to walk into the cafeteria and can ask the chefs what to make for them so that they can eat it at any time of the day. Athletic cafeterias are not like the normal student cafeterias because regular day-to-day students do not get to ask the chefs what they particularly want to be made for their meals every time they walk in. Now that I have described student-athlete-based cafeterias, I will describe the furnished dorms and apartments that the athletes get to live in while attending the college they are at. Knowing most of the students have to pay rent for where they live during college, this is not the most case for student-athletes. In the dorms and apartments they reside in during their school year, they are specified athletes-only dorms, and for some, it is for the particular team they are on. To beds, dressers, private bathrooms, and game rooms and theaters, discussed by Clemson football player Artavius Scott, July 29, 2015, found at clemsontigers.com. For instance, Coach Bill Self, University of Kansas basketball team's head coach, has showed everyone how to treat his players like kings with their newly $17.5 million privately funded apartment complex founded by Monty Davis, January 18, 2014, at www.kansascity.com. Bill Goff, a professor of economics at Western Kentucky, stated, "If you're not going to pay the players, that money is going to try to find a way to entice players to come play at your school." Not paying players is going to force the staff of the school to want to put in as much money for the program as possible in order to persuade the best players in the country to come play for their program. When you thought it could not get any better for college athletes, you thought wrong, because some do not have to go buy clothes. Most big name teams provide so much attire that the players do not have to buy new clothes throughout their years of attending college. Clemson's big name football team gets so much attire every year for their athletes that it almost does not seem real. Discussed by Nick Conlon and Jonathan Gannett, January 16, 2015 at clemsontigers.com. They received 6 pairs of shorts, 7 dry fit shirts, cold weather gear, 3 pairs of sweatpants, 3 travel shirts, a beanie, 4 backpacks, 4 jumpsuits, 6 pairs of tights, 5 pairs of cleats, and 5 pairs of shoes. Let me end this discussion about the athletes not getting paid with some closing thoughts. Today I began by discussing the college athletes' private cafeterias, which led me to discuss about how they have their whole housing covered and furnished by the athletic department. Lastly, I explained that not only do they get housing and food taken care of, they even get clothing handed to them each week. Also, the NCAA would be making a big mistake if they changed the rule to where college athletes can get paid, because it could lead to the athletes to involving themselves into activities where they could get into trouble and eventually hurt the program. Personally, I am glad that college athletes do not have the privilege of getting paid, because as much revenue that is brought in by TV contracts, tickets, and fans buying the team's gear, the athletic departments have enough of that money to be able to take care of their players rather than just handing them the money and still taking care of them. Thank you.